Hi,
How you
buddy.
doing, my friend?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Hell, Dallas, I haven't talked to you in forever, brother.
I know, man. Like, when's the last time we would have seen each other?
God, I think the last time was you were playing a show at the P&E here at the Forum
Okay.
right before the pandemic hit.
Oh,
Because
right.
that was the last show I saw was you.
19.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, hi.
it's been a while. So how you been doing, man?
I've been good. Yeah. Like last year was great. Tour, I'm putting the Lexus record out and touring and sort of feeling like things were getting back into a new normal, as people say.
Yeah.
And then just sort of, we've been off for a couple months. So just kind of like gearing up to put this new record out and go back on the road and hopefully another crazy thing doesn't happen for a
Uh,
bit.
it's been like it seems like it's been never ending for you here lately because you had the AOF record, first
Mhm.
album in 13 years, and now a new City and Color record coming out. How are you finding all the time to do all this stuff?
Well, I made both the records over, the pandemic. It was a really just a real creative explosion, that happened. I'm sure like most artists, I think, kind of felt that same thing. It was like, at first when the world stopped, and especially me, all I do is, and all I have done for 2 decades is tour, right? So, and I just happen to have been going through some pretty heavy stuff. So having always like looked to music and making music as a way out of my own head, I just really just like went crazy trying to write about what I was thinking about, and that also coincided with Alexis starting to jam again because we had the time. And then it was like before I knew it, I'd made 2 records, you know? So it was crazy, but it was beautiful. It was like turning the lights back on or something.
It's funny because like after 13 years of AOF not putting out new records and stuff, I thought you guys were done writing music. And was this what the kick started it? Was the pandemic?
Yeah, for sure. I think we put out a couple of songs like in 2019 or something, we just wrote a few songs, recorded them, and it was sort of, I think that was like the water tester, like to see if we could still write together. Because
Yeah.
playing the old songs is one thing. That's like riding a bike for us. We get on stage and it just comes back. But it was like, where are we creatively now with one another? So those first songs we wrote were like okay, we can do it. But again, I didn't think any of us really thought we were going to ever have the time to just sit like we did before, like when we were younger, where it was
Yeah.
like we'd go to Wade's mom's basement every other day and write songs for the first record or something. You know what I mean? But it was
Yeah.
like that again. It was like, I said this before, but when Wade called everybody and was like, should we jam? It was kind of like he started the band again, right? Because all we had to do, like, we could meet every week and try and write. So I think
That must have been a fun feeling.
it was amazing, and I think, I'd be lying if I didn't say that both records are responsible for one another, because all I was doing was thinking about writing and at home and going to band practice and coming home and writing. And it was just, I think making the music with Alexis allowed me to really put a magnifying glass on what I wanted to write the City and Color record about too, right? Because I was able to explore so much of one side of my creative brain, but then it gave me the freedom to really just go, okay, I'm going to focus on some of these tough things I've been going through and write a whole piece of music about that,
So your seventh City and Color album coming out March 31st called "The Love Still Held Me Near." It's your first music since 2019. Lead single off that called "Meant to Be." Now I don't know the full story about this, but the song is about a close friend of yours, right?
Yeah, my friend Carl, who passed away in 2019. He was a longtime collaborator who worked on my live crew, and I produced my last bunch of records with. He recorded the Guide Me Back Home, that live record. Like, you would have met him because he was always on tour with me.
Okay.
You know, he passed away a week before A Pill for Loneliness, my last record, came out, when we were on tour in Australia, and it was just, you know, it was a catastrophe. It was still something we're all kind of dealing with. And so when that creative sort of explosion, like I said, started, and I started writing, you know, I knew that I was going to write about it, because it's just how I am. I write about the things that go on in my life, you know, but I really didn't understand how I was going to tackle something like that, you know, or even if I wanted to. But as it started sort of taking shape, I realized that, you know, this is something I've always done, is try to help myself by writing what's in my head and getting it out, and, you know, sort of feeling a little bit of lifting the weight off my shoulders a little bit, if I can. And so, yeah, Meant to Be became this sort of me trying to eulogize my friend in the only way I kind of know how to.
With a song like that, Dallas, you know, I know what it means to you. Is that difficult to perform on stage?
Well, I'll tell you after next Wednesday, because I'm playing my first show since it's come out, and I'm probably going to sing it. So I really don't know yet, you know. I know it was really hard to write. I know it was really hard to record. So I'm assuming it will be difficult to sing, but I also feel like it will be helpful to sing it, you know? So I'm looking forward to it.
The teaser that you've got right now up online, the new song called Underground, comes out this week. What can you tell us about that track?
Well, that song, much like a lot of the record, is dealing with somewhat of a similar thing. And it's just simply about, at its core, it's just about the fragility of life and trying not to take it for granted and treating each day, I don't want to say like it's your last, but like it is a gift, because it is. And musically, I just wanted to try to make something feel a little bit more upbeat to sort of juxtapose that heavy subject matter.
It's funny, I've known you for such a long time now. And if 42-year-old Dallas Green were to go back in time and saw 21 or 20-year-old Dallas Green, would you have believed that this is where you would have been in 22 years?
No, I mean, I still don't believe it, you know? I'm eternally grateful for the people that listen to my songs and have allowed me to, you know, carve out this little space for myself to work through my, you know, like I said in a press release, I think before, like, just, I'm eternally grateful for people that they've let me work through the turbulence of life in my music and have found something in it for themselves. Like, I don't know what to say about it other than that, you know?
March 29th, you're in town playing Vancouver at BC Place with the Chili Peppers. How cool is that going to be for you?
Dude, it's so cool. Like, I can't, you know, it was a really strange phone call to get. I was like, wow, okay. Like, I didn't see that one coming, but yeah, I'm really stoked, especially because it's like a couple of days before the record comes out, and the boys who are playing with me are all from BC, and so it'll be like the first time with us playing a show in BC with them as my band, and it's at the stadium. So I think that's
crazy.
That's a pretty cool hometown gig for the boys.
Well, man, I am super excited to see you when you come here to BC on the 29th of March. I'm very excited about your new record, The Love Still Held Me Near. And it was great to see you again, man. And hopefully we can hook up when you come to town.
Okay, man. Good seeing you.
All right, great seeing you too. Have a good one, brother. Stay safe.
Peace, buddy.